to my understanding of minimalistic or minimalism, it is living consciously, Dr. Abhishek, and not consuming mindlessly. Okay. Now, there are two founders of this minimalism movement, and Joshua Ryan and one more person. And
Okay.
they were doing very well in America, and but they were not happy. Okay. And they were doping and they were, so many things they were doing. So one friend was not very happy, other one was. And he asked him, how come you are so happy? And he said, then he shared his experience of living consciously. And this guy, then what he did was he packed everything that he had in his house into 20 different boxes. Okay. And in the next 1 month, can you guess how many boxes he actually opened up to use the stuff that he needed?
I think hardly one or two.
Exactly. He opened only 3 boxes. Okay. What that means is 85% of what we have, we don't use. We have just
Yes.
accumulated in our life. And everything that we have, but we don't use, it drains energy. We don't realize it, but it drains energy away from us. So it is about having things which it is not cutting down your standard of living or not doing what you want to do. It is not self-sacrifice. It is just living consciously and living with resources, consuming resources which you are conscious of, like Warren Buffett, I shared, he lives in the same house, which is for last 50 years. Narayan Murthy lives in a 3-bedroom house. Azim Premji drives a second-hand Mercedes. His employees will have brand new ones. He's driving, in a second-hand one.
True.
It is about becoming clear about what we want in life, right? And then living life according to that purpose rather than just consuming. Most of the times we are buying things to impress other people. Now, Sudha Murthy doesn't need to impress anyone. So she's not buying, or any other way you want to look at it. So there is, if you have read my book, you received Beyond Limits.
I received it a couple of days back.
Yeah, so there is one story in that which talks about how. So one was inspiration was Sudha Murthy, another one was Joshua, and third was my own experience, which I have written in that story. Coupled with
Okay.
that, so then I just stopped buying things. Okay, so last 5 years I haven't bought anything other than books, food, and normal stuff. Nothing major, no watch, no expensive pens, nothing that's no clothes, clothes only on replacement basis. So
Right.
COVID, because COVID, when we didn't wear shoes for so many long, then they got spoiled. So I had to buy new ones, etc. So only on replacement basis I buy now. And it is not sacrifice, Dr. Abhishek. And I have never ever been happier than I am now. What, in my view, happens is your energy stops going out. Because every time you're not wondering, ye kharid lun kya, ye kha lun. And one day I practice fasting also. So
Okay.
one day in a week I fast. So then I'm withdrawing my mind from eating to just, doing drinking water or whatever.
Right.
So whether it is consuming stuff or eating food, I'm trying to be minimalistic and I'm happier and happier and life gets better and better. I don't know if I have answered your question, but that is what came up for me.
You have. What I've understood is just to summarize is that living consciously, and that is number one takeaway. And second is that what you mentioned is that the more things we accumulate around us, they are consuming energy, and we
Hmm.
are wasting our energy in those things,
Correct,
and
correct.
we are not even aware about
Yeah,
that process is happening
yeah,
somewhere.
yeah. That's why you see Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, they wear one t-shirt, same
Right.
one color t-shirt. So they're saving time. आज white
True.
पहनूं या कल pink पहनूं या yellow पहनूं, one t-shirt every day. They're enjoying life, man. Blue
Right.
jeans and black t-shirt. Done. 7 days in
Right.
a week. You save time.
Right, right. Of course, you're right. Because see, the more we accumulate this, it's more of an energy being taken. It's more of a thoughts being, getting diverted there. You
Correct.
don't have a focused mindset
Yeah.
there. I mean, if you go to the MD's cabin or CEO's cabin, or if you go to any minister's cabin specifically, you'll find their tables are clean. Yeah. They have just one laptop,
Yeah.
one pen holder,
Yeah.
and maybe a one diary to note.
Yeah.
That is all they have. And we have so much of scrap on our tables.
Yeah.
I'm talking about workstations.
Correct.
So that itself says that, they are so focused and they're not actually, they don't want to really get diverted with multiple things being there on their tables.
Yeah.
So that is their way of they have reached to that level wherein, they are so focused. So their actions, their surroundings, everything's changes according to that.
Beautiful.
That's what I felt.
And there is one more element to that, Dr. Abhishek, that clarity is inversely proportional to the clutter. So if you have too much clutter in our life, clarity will be
Correct.
less. And as we
Correct.
reduce the clutter, clarity
Very right.
will be more. And
Very right.
clarity is power, So like you
Clarity.
said, ministers, CEOs, they are there because they have complete clarity on what they want to do. And
Absolutely.
that's why.
True. I think that conscious living is important. And then what we do generally is that, as you rightly mentioned, that we show off it to the people. Or we want to show off that, I have bigger car than you, I have better clothes than you, I look better than you, things like, or I have better qualification and designations than you. But I don't think, like you mentioned, Sudha Murthy, she doesn't need to prove herself. The couple has already proved themselves to the world, not only to Bangalore, where they stay, but they have proved it to the world. Now they don't have to. Now they are going into simple living. And I think even Mahatma Gandhi has said, simple living and higher thinking. So, but we have not understood it totally. These have just become proverbs and we have not gone very deep into it ever. So I think, yes, that is very true. I am following some part of it already. But I think more improvisation is required, and I'll be doing that.
Yeah, it's always a journey, Dr. Abhishek. And once you
Right.
start taking steps, then you will every time. And one good way to do is stop using credit card, because then you become conscious of every money that you're spending. There is a different behavior when we have to use a debit card and then when you have to use a credit card. Credit cards, we just swipe as if we never have to pay. I'm speaking about most of the people, not particularly about you, but generally people. So stopping to use credit card is one way of spending consciously.
Very right. I have 2 credit cards, just to be very specific, but I hardly use them.
I know you mentioned that last time.
I use them only when there are some offers, good offers, cashbacks or things like that. Then I use it for that, but otherwise not for, I don't have to pay my credit card bills every month.
Yes. So not about you. That statement was not about you. That statement is for anybody who may be watching the recording.
That's right. How about living simply, as far as money is concerned? Now, we are talking about Lakshmi. We are talking about accumulating money. When we are accumulating money means we are kind of investing, we are growing it in multiple buckets and baskets. So how about that? How much energy does that take when we accumulate assets, money? Is that a simple living then?
That's a very good question, Dr. Abhishek. And that accumulation we need to look at in terms of the goals that we have. Okay. Once you have provided for your retirement, for your children's education, their marriage, and any other goals you may have, then what you have additional is extra. Okay. And then you can look at what is it that one needs to do. We have not come to that part and we will be discussing that in the coming session, how to budget your expenses. Okay. And what the recommendation is, whatever suggestion is, that if somebody is earning 100 rupees, 5% should go to noble causes as a payback to the community for community work or supporting community initiatives. So that way, whatever you're earning is not just for me, it is also for larger community, which is supporting us, So I don't know if that resonates with what you asking, but that is my response to that.
Yeah, it does. See, to be very frank, Ashish ji, now, because I'm on a spiritual journey as well, as I've been mentioning you. So So there are two aspects, like there is materialistic aspect and there is an spiritual aspect. When you are going towards a spiritual aspect, you hate few aspects of materialism, and when you are totally into materialism, you are not into spiritual aspects. So there has to be a balance, because see, all of us are working, we are married, we have children, so we have those responsibilities to fulfill, and we need to accumulate money for us, for the family, and for, of course, giving it back to the community as a charity. But at the same time, you know, uh, we are sailing. I am right now sailing in two boats. I have my one leg in a materialistic boat and other one in spiritualistic boat. So it is very difficult to balance that out. Both the boats can go in different directions. I may fall. So that is the juggle in the mind which happens. It's
Sure.
always a juggling. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, and that's a very valid one, Dr. Abhishek. And I'd like to respond to that by giving another example, which is
Okay.
when people come to me and ask me about work-life balance. And my first question to them is work not a part of life? Why are we looking at work separately and life separately? Work is a part of
Yeah.
life.
Correct.
Similarly, when we are looking at materialism and spiritualism, materialism is a part of spiritualism. It is not opposite. Okay.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
we are all spiritual beings. We are a manifestation of the spirit, we are of the energy. And
Right.
one can be earning as much. Look at the Tata Group. They earn, and 66% of they're owned by philanthropic trusts, and they're just giving.
Right.
And the more you earn, the more you give, and the more you earn, the more you give. So it's a virtuous upward cycle. So right now, the stage at which you are, I think you need to provide for your family. So keep working towards your goal with the financial planner, and and also keep contributing from your running income. And once the
Right.
goals are met, then you can take a call what next to do. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's true. Thank you. Maybe Rosina has some points. Thank you so much.
Hi, Rosina. Rosina, are you there? I'm not sure if she is there.
Okay.
Anything else you would like to ask, Dr. Abhishek?
No, sir. I mean, right now, Ashiji, I think that's good. We will have many opportunities to talk.
Good, good. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So on that note, maybe since it's 20 minutes already, we will close the session now, and we will share the recording in the group for those who
Fantastic.
wanted to join but could not join.
Absolutely.
All right.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Abhishek. Bye. Take care.